Yes, yes, yes. We're back with news and entertainment. My man, did you watch 50 on Gillie and Wallo's podcast, bro?
All right, let's talk about it.
Let's do that.
You know, full disclosure, anytime 50
Talks?
I
We
listen.
listen.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like the game that this guy dropped, and I said it last week, so you know, I don't want to sound like super fan, but I'm obviously a big 50 Cent fan. Like I was outside with the run, Power of the Dollar. You already know if you know.
Huge.
But he soaked up so much knowledge, and you can hear it when he speaks. And you know, obviously, he's been able to implement it based off his successes.
For sure.
But as I hear him more, as the years go by, and he's being more successful in the media space, I think his true impact on the planet is going to be the game he's giving back, because he not only is giving you game that you can use in real time, he also paints the picture in a layman's term, like a real not even I want to say layman's, but a real like street level term that you could get it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's not metaphorical, it's not coded, it's direct. You know what I mean?
He's saying what he's saying.
Yeah, and so I appreciate that. You know, what did you think about it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
He speaks really fast, though.
Yeah.
So you got to catch up to what he's saying.
He was a little lit.
But he's telling you what's going on in the game and how to position yourself.
Yeah.
He said, don't do a movie, do a series.
Yeah, bro, like
because if you do a movie, you need a star.
I was about to
If
write
you do a series, you could build it.
I was just about to write that. I was about to write myself a series just after he said it, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, yo,
he's like, yo, people are worried because I look like I'm the star of everything, but there's 11 people writing and working
11
on
writers, yo. So if you haven't seen it, listen, it's all love.
$1 million worth of game.
Yo, we love the show. Inspired us, absolutely.
Facts.
You know, Gillie and Wallo, big show. And it's so funny, I was watching it. They have like 6 different sponsors. So I was just like, good for them.
Yeah. We're about to get there.
Yeah, but it's an hour episode. And it was during that festival he had
in Shreveport,
Louisiana. And
like the man said, he put $26 million into the building.
Yeah.
Just so it felt good when people come around.
Yeah.
Like he thinks beyond.
Bro, and he was saying a lot of things like people that work 9 to 5 or something like that. Think about the now, and people that have the bread think about the later, so you can,
of course.
Like it was just so articulately said, and the fact that he was still, you know, he had a couple drinks.
But like what he's saying with the water you were talking about, he was saying that he bought out the individuals that work for the company's shares. He bought their shares because they'll take the money now because they're working. Yeah. So if I could get a house now and I don't have to work, I'll sell you my shares rather than thinking about the return in the future.
And that's how the rich stay rich, is that they have time to wait.
Our favorite rappers' slogans: long run. Yeah. The marathon continues. Yeah. So it's all about legacy. It's all about long future. But I get it, because I mean, they always tell you take the lump sum million rather than 2 over 17 years or something. Right?
Yeah.
Just take the money now, and you could build.
In a scenario like that, I absolutely would do it. Like if I have to rely on people, something like the lottery, then I don't trust it. But you know, other than that, like he was, you know, giving a lot of game. 50 is obviously a witty individual, and you know he has ways of throwing shots directly and indirectly.
Facts. Let's talk about some of these shots he took.
Yeah, okay. So first thing, you know, obviously he's had an ongoing beef, which we've documented over our time here at Blueprint Radio with Rick Ross. Rose. And Gillie asked him the question, you know, what's with the beef? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play the audio of it, and then, you know, we'll just talk about it. But obviously, you know, they just have that, like, for them, to me, it's beef. Like there's certain things that aren't beef. It's beef.
It's beef.
I don't see there being a Jeezy or Gucci versus nothing like that.
50's not that type of man to squash it.
Yeah. So we'll run that, and
we get back
just so you can hear it.
You know, they said big white elephant that property you looked at. Come on, bro. You can see this. You don't need me to say that. You know this. Look at it. What kind of rich cut his own grass?
What?
You're trying to save money? You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut, huh? The AC broken in them. Let me ask you.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So obviously, taking shots at it, and it's funny too because Gillie and Ricky don't get along, right? So there's that. He also referenced, and this was going around online for a little bit too. Is $1 million worth a lot, or is it a lot of money?
Of course.
And if you ask me, of course, if you don't have $1 million, it's a lot of money.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, that's the answer for me. And even if you have it, even if you have 10, you tell me another one isn't a lot. You have 100, another one isn't a lot. So I've been seeing a lot of different takes online, but what stood out to me in this interview is that when he first signed his deal with Shady Aftermath, he got $1 million out the deal. And Dame Dash made a comment about it, and he's held on to it, which is that's very.
Nah, he's petty like
that's
that.
Very
though.
human though, right?
No,
like
it's very
certain things
petty,
to hold
like,
on to motivate you. So we'll play that.
How much money did he give you for that first deal? I got $1 million. Cash, add the taxes. The only person that pointed out that $1 million was no money was Damon Dash, and he has no money now.
That's crazy.
I only felt that, because he said, there ain't no money. Like, after you get you a watch, a chain, and you look out for the homies, and do this, that, it's nothing. Right? And I was like,
From 134.
I'm from 134th Street. $1 million is a lot of money. Right. I think I hit the lotto. Right. Why you gonna say there's no money? Like, that use, and I just never forgot that because of how it felt. Was that the only offer you got? Was any other labels offer you? I met with everybody. I met with Clue, Desert Storm, all of them. It's because I wanted them to say they was doing the deal. How much money did he get?
Yeah. So be careful of who you talk down to. At the end of the day, because
I mean, maybe he was trying to say like, I would have gave you more. $1 million is not enough for you, but at the same time, there's people that use everything as motivation.
100%. I'm one of those
50's
people.
one
I
of
won't
those
even
guys,
front.
so
Yeah, I won't
he's
even
like,
front.
$1 million's not a lot of money. I'm gonna flip this $1 million so many times, you're not even gonna know what to do with me.
You're a good guy. I'll give you that. You are a stand-up individual.
But let's talk about this.
I don't put that on Dame at all. Coming
Hold
off
on,
like
let me
that.
flip the screen. Let me flip the screen.
Let's go.
All right, technical difficulties. 1 sec. So, my thing about the interview was he dropped mad gems, right?
Yeah.
Master P helped him.
Yeah.
Master P saw what he was going to become.
Yeah.
Put him on a mad, crazy contract for touring.
Yeah.
And then he
Smart.
couldn't fulfill all the dates before the album launch and everything.
Yeah.
So he still owed him because he signed the contract.
Yeah.
So you got to do these 4 or 5 dates after.
Yeah.
So now if I'm Master P, like, I'm putting you on tour. Like, maybe your price was $5,000 then. Although it's $50,000 now, you gotta honor this $5,000.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
He spoke about how Master P is just
forward thinking
and ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
He spoke about
he sees through the forest.
My favorite one was Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Jay-Z being an opponent, but not really actually being his opponent.
I like
not actually being his adversary.
I like that. You know why? Because I think, especially if we come from athletic backgrounds, as a competitor, I think innately, and I think this also leads into what you were saying, earlier in regards to like tapping into something, to kind of motivate you. And I think the people that are most successful, you can't be a hater. I think that energy isn't enough that you can tap in and refuel every time. But I think you can be, if you're motivated by things that other people have that you want, by how hard other individuals are working, I think that's a field that you can tap into. And I really felt that. I'm glad you brought that up when you mentioned Jay, because what was huge about it, and I didn't even realize it, is that there were other rappers selling more than Jay. But
Facts.
Jay, for whatever reason,
Juvenile, Nelly
came off as the biggest artist of that era, the most successful artist, because he told you he was.
And yeah, he walked with it.
He told you he was,
He
right?
told you who he was, and he walked with that.
And eventually ended up that way. Right? In regards to right now, if people were to ask who's the most successful hip hop artist of all time, like when it comes to like financially, it's probably the first name probably doesn't come up to a lot of people is going to be Jay-Z.
That's a fact.
Like 50 probably won't even come up. You know what I mean?
fact.
To a certain degree. And 50's there. A lot of rappers are close, if not there, or if not past him.
Did you know that he had 34 shows?
Bro, yeah, the jewels, dog. I was trying to pick up all these jewels to make the illest
He
chain
did this
and bracelet,
TikTok
dog.
Stars documentary on another network.
Didn't even, like...
It's crazy.
And this is what hard work is, right? So again, motivating. And this is why anytime he speaks, I gotta tune my ears, you know, to hear what success sounds like and what hard work sounds like. And he never sugarcoats it. Like he's like, you know, I'm working hard.
Why am I talking to these people? I need to be putting my head down,
talk to them,
and
bro.
getting some work done.
He said even slick shit is like he was gonna sign a deal and.
Oh, when he was
why am I gonna sign a deal to somebody that has to ask if they can talk to me? I was like, what? That's 1 + 1 = 2 if I've ever heard it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, why would you? You want to talk to the boss of bosses if that's the case.
Even when he was talking about signing Designer, knowing that Designer had the biggest joint in the game, but he doesn't have the follow-up, and he's not going to be able to make the follow-up because this record is so big and he stumbled upon it. The flashing lights, the girls, everything, the moving cars, that's going to get him distracted to where he's not going to be able to follow it up. He's not a seasoned artist. He wasn't built for this. Yeah. He just bought a beat on the internet and bust.
And cooked. And hit a spot, hit a pocket. And
him thinking like that makes sense. And you understand why he's in a position where he is. He looked at moguls like Oprah.
And
Russell
and was it Tyler Perry?
Well, he's working. He knows because he knows the success that Tyler Perry has.
Yeah,
and it's beyond.
Yeah, so we're gonna hear I feel his legacy. He said he just started. So with all of those shows, he's definitely out of hip hop. Who's a bigger medium?
He's about to do his own network. He said.
Who's a bigger 50 Action? Who's a better bigger media mogul in hip hop? I know we've had art
it would have been Sean Puffy Combs
because of Revolt.
Yeah, because he's ahead, right? Well, that's what it looks like.
What else,
because
he
had been doing deals. He had been doing $1 million deals with TV for a long time.
Okay, like so MTV, making the bands and all that stuff.
Making the band.
Got it.
You know, he did pop groups.
He had a ton of making the bands with the pop groups and all of that.
He's done a lot.
Shit like that. Like
he had his own network.
Yeah.
Legit is on every box.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, in the media space, it's just Puff and Fifth. Who else?
Yeah, everybody makes hood movies. They don't aspire to make.
Or they're not accepted into the into Hollywood yet.
It's hard.
You know?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for them.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else stand out in regards to Fifth?
Nah, man. If you get a chance to watch and listen to it, make sure you do.
Yeah.
Dope 60-minute clip.
And you know what? This is the longest I think I've heard Fifth talk in a long time, bro. Like, just off interview.
No, because he understands that they're of the culture.
Yeah.
I think it's more Wallo that he messes with.
Oh, yeah.
But Wallo's asking those questions.
Direct, bro. Like, he was just...
Wallo's trying to soak up the game, too. And that's why I rate him. Yeah. No, I rate him because... Yo, he is, though. You want to say that he's a groupie, but I brought you on my show to ask you questions because I want to learn too.
Yeah, and teach his audience. Like, again, you will become a fan of that show after watching that interview.
But I rate Wallo because he's such a straight shooter.
Yeah,
and you see that the prison time did him really well, and he's come with it.
Yeah, yeah.